And right now we're joined by a real warrior out there who is fighting the fight. He will not be dissuaded. He will not be shouted down. He is James O'Keefe of Project Veritas. James, always good to talk to you, my friend. Thanks for being here.
Larry, thanks for having me on.
Your latest now exposes quite a bit. Let's get right into it. First, the censorship ethic there at Facebook, specifically with regard to any questions, concerns, or opinions with regard to the vaccine. And you've unpeeled the layers here thanks to some whistleblowers.
Yeah, Larry, we have two whistleblowers inside Facebook that gave us these documents with something called a vaccine hesitancy score. And there's like this tiered ranking system. So in the first tier, the second tier states that if you say something that is even true, factually true, they'll still, quote, demote you without you knowing that. And this whistleblower goes through all types of examples, which he has in these private documents Facebook does not want you to see. And it's pretty amazing because they've already beta tested this to about 1.5% of their almost 3 billion users. So and remarkably, Larry, they don't give me comment. They don't even treat me with any seriousness. But Facebook actually gave me a comment, and said they would update the policy and make some of this information public. They have yet to do so.
And real fast here, did I see as part of this some background here of what Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, has actually said when he doesn't think people are listening? That's your power here, James. You reveal what they say when they don't think anyone's listening about his own personal vaccine hesitancy.
Yeah, Zuckerberg himself in the summer of last year had made some comments on a private Zoom call at Facebook, which one of these whistleblowers had given to us previously. And Zuckerberg said that he had believed, doesn't this vaccine modify or potentially modify your DNA and RNA? He was expressing some open concerns that he wanted addressed. That's part of debate. And
but if I had done that on Facebook, Zuckerberg's army of censors would have actually blocked my account if I had said the exact same thing.
That's right. Zuckerberg's own comments would be censored by the current policy. That's obviously the absurdity of these policies. And you might think, well, what is your position on the vaccine? It really doesn't matter here because even things that are medically true, even things that are, some people do have side effects, et cetera, whatever the case may be, the documents, I think the most shocking admission is that even if you're not even against the vaccine, but you're just talking about it in any way that they would consider to be a form of this classifier score, this hesitancy score, they will demote you without you knowing it. They will shadow ban you, and they admit it in the documents, Larry.
And here's what I don't understand, James. If this is just about, in some cases, revealing information, maybe even quoting the CDC and what the CDC says is still a clinical trial, and people who are pregnant, they haven't done full testing on. This is all true stuff that you can find online. Why is it that Facebook has this huge effort to try to downplay any discussion about the vaccines? Where is the connection to the efforts that they've made to try to silence anybody who wants to just have an honest conversation about the vaccines?
Well, the whistleblowers told me and spoke with me and believe that there is a huge connection. There's kind of a symbiotic relationship between the CDC, the powers that be in Facebook, and this engineer. His name is first name AMIT, Amit Ball is his name. Works directly under the chain of command under Zuckerberg, and this is, I guess, part of this brave new world where we are further and further restricting any dialogue that deigns from the narrative, from the orthodoxy, from the powers that be. So there is a very strong connection and relationship between you must get the vaccine, do not talk about it, do not pass go, do not collect $200. It's just this orthodoxy, this way of managing dialogue, which is so anathema to what this country stands for. And one more thing, the whistleblower said to me, 25% of the people inside Facebook agrees that this is wrong.
Thank you so much, and for all the great work at Project Veritas, especially in exposing this in Facebook. And I'll just tag onto this, Beverly, at the end. Let's not forget, a year ago, if we were reporting on what the president at the time, Donald Trump, and what the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, and what Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas had been saying, if we had taken to Facebook and said, wow, it looks like there's plenty of evidence to suggest that the COVID-19 coronavirus actually came from the lab in Wuhan instead of the wet market, we would have been censored a year ago. And now this is headline news a year later, that when the gatekeepers get to decide what voices are heard and what messages are allowed to be told, then it's no longer social media, it's just propaganda.